Hi, everyone. My name is Will, aka Dr. Financial Literacy, and I was able to pay off one of my three mortgages within 2 months using a $50,000 HELOC. Now, it took some time to get there. I started looking for HELOCs in December of 2023, and I finally received one in April 9th of 2024. But one of the steps that you can do just to see how fast you can bury down your debt is to use this method. First, I took my income of $3,390, and then I took my expenses of about $3,000 a month, and that gave me a cash flow of about $390 a month. Now, that means that for the most part, this is the average. So it may be a little more than 390, but I just averaged it out over the last 6 months of my expenses. But what you can do can take $390 dollars a month from cash flow and multiply that by 12 to get an idea of approximately how much you can have in a 12-month period of cash flow to use to pay down debt. So let's multiply 12 times 390. That's 4680. So 390 times 12, 4680. So I can at least say if I have a credit card bill, which I did in terms of Navy Federal at $5,212. So I take that $5,212 Navy Federal card. Now I am able at this point to put the entire income onto the card because I'm using advanced cash advance and also convenience checks, but particularly convenience checks to write my mortgage and rent. So everything is going on to the credit card at this particular point. So my entire salary of 3,390 is able to go onto the credit card, can go onto the credit card in general. So that's an important point that we really want to look at and try to understand. So 5212 minus 5212 minus 3390, 1822. So at least I know that I can bring down any type of credit card debt that I have because I can use convenience checks from Navy Federal to place on my entire credit. So now going back to giving you a simple idea to just calculate how you can pay off a credit card or how quickly it can take you. We're again taking the income minus the expenses equal to cash flow of $390. That gives me about $4,680 that I can use to pay down one particular credit card, barring that I don't have any additional expenses, but we do know things come up. So if I was to take this 4680, I can do two things. I can say at least 1 year it would take me to pay off this credit card if I was able to throw this here at it, which is $390 in cash flow. Or I can also say, okay, of this cash flow, which is 5212 for the credit card, how many months would $390 go into 512? So let's say, okay, let's say 5212 divided by 390. It would take me approximately 13 months of using the cash flow of 390 before this particular credit card can be paid off. Now, that's just a rough estimate, but we also know we got to throw in interest in general. But in general, based on just looking at the numbers, you can kind of think about, okay, this is my cash flow multiplied by 12 and divided by whatever credit card you have to give you just a rough estimate of how long it can take you to pay down one debt. Barring interest and barring things happen in your life. So this has just been a quick opportunity just to look at the income, the expenses, your cash flow, possibly dividing it by a credit card that you want to pay down and giving you maybe a quick glance, a $300,000 foot view of how quickly this can be paid off. All right, and I estimated at about 13 months that it can be paid off. I'm gonna go ahead and say 14 months. 14 months. And again, the higher your cash flow, the quickly you'll be able to pay this down because it's your cash flow that's sitting on the credit card that's really helping you to pay it down. Whereas your cash flow used to sit in the bank and do nothing for you. In velocity banking, when you identify a debt tool or you identify a credit card and allow your cash flow to sit on the credit card rather than the bank, so your cash flow, what you have left over, by allowing it to sit on the credit card, or in my case, because I've been allowing it to sit on the credit card and multiply and compound, it's been able to pay down multiple credit cards in general, but I've also used additional strategies. But I just wanted to show you one way to kind of look at a way of paying down your credit card. Once you eliminate the bank and leave very little, $10, $20, or how much have you in the bank, and then relying more of your check and your cash flow to sit into the bank, that's where you're gonna make some headway in reducing your credit card debt, your overall debt, and helping velocity banking to help you. So I hope this video has been helpful, and other opportunities and other videos that I put together as I chronicle my life in terms of using velocity banking. Next month in July, hopefully I'll be able to really kick in the $50,000 HELOC that I have. I was able to pay off $46,000 in debt, but the HELOC is locked in up for 90 days. And they say it'll be unfrozen July the 17th. Then I'll start putting more and more money into it and really writing checks to pay down the debt. And we'll see how well velocity banking for me can work that way. Okay, well, thank you very much for stopping in. Have a great day.